is, trying to come back to life.
Right.
And does she trust Silas that he is gonna kind of help them?
I don't think anyone can really trust Silas, her back's to the wall, so I think that she's gonna try and find the best possible solution to the situation, if there even is one. We'll see.
So what do you imagine will happen if they are successful and Bonnie comes back? Can she pick up where she left off with Jeremy?
I think that would be the plan for the character at this moment, or maybe she just comes back to life and then runs away. I don't know. I don't know what would happen if the character came back to life, and how I think that she would be able to react to that. I think she's finally come to terms. Is starting to really come to terms with everything at this point. So we'll see.
Well, it's weird because when last week, I guess, when Bonnie put her hand on Elena's shoulder. So Bonnie knows everything that's going on with everybody, but everybody only knows what's going on with Bonnie through what Jeremy is able to tell them.
Right, which kind of puts her at a, I would say, advantage if there was any sort of need for some of that information, because she can pop up anywhere. But she definitely has kept herself in the loop, so which I think is interesting, because I think would make me miss the people more if I was aware of everything and couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, but she's very involved in how Elena's been feeling and what's going on the campus, and Caroline. So even though you don't see Bonnie in all the scenes, I think it's safe to assume that she has at one point heard this information that you guys, the audience, is hearing. So she knows what's going on. She's hip to the game.
Well, before she died, she was dabbling in, dark magic, the expression and everything. And if she comes back, what's her relationship with magic gonna be like?
We'll see. I don't know. Her being on the other side, she doesn't have her powers, so she's powerless. And I know that throughout the few seasons we've explored her being powerless before. I think that this is going to come out really terrible, but I really want to see Bonnie lose it. She lost it a little bit last season, but I just watched Carrie, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to crush some cars. Until I've gotten to blow something up or really set a building on fire, and do all that telekinesis stuff. Maybe I can still do that, but not do dark magic. But I really think it would be kind of cool to just, especially as a woman, to just kind of go rah, and hell hath no fury, right? So I think that would be really cool. But we'll see. It's a really good question. Sometimes they leave things open-ended, where it's like a drug that it got pulled away from you, and then you might dabble in it here and there and then just have a complete relapse. So I think that's definitely possible with the character, to have a relapse. It would take something, I think, pretty devastating or epic to happen for her to have to go down that road again, because last time she did it, she died.
So Bonnie saw Matt on the other side. Any chance she's going to see any other familiar faces?
I hope so. Yes. Trick answer. Yes. Yeah, she's going to see a lot of familiar faces. You guys are going to see a lot of familiar faces. I like the way I answered that question. I'm just going to pat myself on the back.
And Bonnie finally got her funeral. What was it like to film that? Really emotional.
I was already kind of prepared for it. Julie and I were at dinner, and she was saying that she was thinking, she had the concept of me being at my own funeral and speaking to my friends through Jeremy. And when she told me that, I got chills, and it stayed with me for a really long time. And I said, okay, well, you let me know if there's something that you see or that inspires, whatever. And I got the script, and I mean, I didn't think it would be in the woods, but I liked the idea because so much happens in the woods, and it was a very grounded, earthy feel, and I was really happy with it. Like, I don't think I could have had a better memorial. I took my mom to ADR. ADR, for anyone who's listening or watching, is when you go into a studio and you overdub your voice, right? So there's like no music, and everyone's levels and voices all over the place, and sometimes there's like leaves that are crumpling or a helicopter flash, something. And we had to, I had to ADR a couple of my lines to Jeremy and to the cast. And I brought my mom, and I watched the scene. I had them play it for her, and I turned around, she was sitting behind me, and she was just done. And I was like, okay, it's ready to go. I feel good about this scene. And it's like those moments where it just feels raw, and like people can connect to it, and that's all I ever want to do with this character, because that's all I have control over. So I just want to make sure that whatever space that I have to live in for her, that it like comes from a really honest place. I think that's my goal with this character while I'm on the show.